You already know what it is. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right, people, come on in, come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. This is where we tell the truth and shame the devil. Open discussion tonight. Open discussion tonight. Mm-hmm. Come on in, come on in. Come on in, people. I love being black. Good evening, Cassandra. All right. Jules Smith. All right. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, people. Come on in. We got an open discussion tonight. I know a lot people have on their mind tonight, but we're gonna do what we got to do. There's a lot going on. Yeah, a lot going on. Make sure you guys share it on your page or tag someone. Yep, tag someone. Yep, either or. That's good. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all for tuning. What's up, Peggy? I see you, Peggy. Sherry, what's going on? All right, I see you. I see you. Miss Jackson, how you doing? Good time. It was good seeing you Thursday out there at the lakefront. Claudia, what's up, Claudia? Mamacita, what's going on, Mamacita? All right. All right. All right. We coming along. We coming along. Coming along. Come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. This is Friday night. Some of us don't have to work tomorrow. And we're here. Come on in. I love being black. It don't even let me know how many people are online now. Karen, what's up, Karen? I see you. Miss Karen Martin. Deborah Singleton, Wisconsin in the house. In the house. Yes, yes, yes. It's good to be living in the land of the living. Katie Brown, what's going on? I see you. I see you. I see you. To my YouTube family, you're more than welcome to come on in here and share. Say, we sitting up here. We're doing great, people. Open discussion. Some of you guys ain't doing that tonight. Sandra Randall, what's up, Sandra? What's going on? I see you. I see you. 24 people watching because I can't even tell. I can't even tell how many people are on here. I don't know why the software does not let me see how many people watching. That's strange. It always let me know. All right. OG Hoover, what do you think about the 800 situations? You got to call in if you want to talk. I really don't talk about that much, you know. But if you want to call in, you're welcome to talk about it. Renee, I don't get notifications when you go live anymore. You probably have to unfollow and refollow me again. What's up, Lisa, childhood friend? That's my friend right there. We grew up in the same community in Woodlawn Gardens. Oh, Lisa. Yeah. George Hollywood, what's up, bro? All right. 26. All right. Miss Sheree Rogers. What's up, Miss Rogers? All right. Pay attention to change. That's correct. That is correct. Rastaman Cox. I'm going to bed. Got to get up in 3 hours for the chosen few. All right, Rastaman. Rastaman. Yeah, I might slide through there tomorrow. I don't know. Not sure. Not sure. We're live for life. You know that. You know it. All right, we need some callers. 872-299-0808. 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. You're welcome. We live uncut. Sandra Coles, how you doing, Martin? It's beautiful. Night. I'm doing wonderful. I'm wonderful. I appreciate life. I appreciate to be able to work and live and do things, and I don't take nothing for granted. Nothing for granted. Nothing for granted. I don't take nothing for granted. All right. We live. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Mm-hmm. Yeah, come on in. Open discussion tonight. All right, I think I got a call right here. I see a caller right here. Hey, caller, are you there yet? 8:32 yet? Yes, the weather was beautiful. Ronnie, yes, sir. It was definitely because of Ronnie. Raven Harris, what's up, Raven? We got a call. I'm trying to.
OG Hoover.
OG Hoover, what's up, man? What's up, OG
What's
Hoover?
up, bro?
What you want to talk about that 800?
Man, I've been.
Go ahead. Belisa Martin.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I want to know, man, how you feel about that situation, bro? Because look, I've been looking at a lot of these youngsters.
Brother, I try to stay away from them conversations. I don't give them no more like, because it just, they love it, man. You know, they are a killer machine. A lot of them are monsters, man. And they just, you know, I try not even mention their names like that, man. But we go ahead and talk about it. I'm not going to, I'm going to hold my opinion on that, man. And I'll just say this. You can say whatever you want. I'll say this to that, all that drill music and that drill rapping, Thunder Dead, killing folks, all that type of stuff, man, is no racial pride.
Yeah.
That ain't nothing but safe self-hate. That's all what that is, brother.
Yeah.
Self-hate, brother.
Yeah.
That won't work for the revolution if we needed one.
Yeah, you're right, bro.
It won't work, bro.
I was thinking the same thing because it's like we have the same problem out here with the youth that where I live at. You know what I'm saying? I'm from down south, but I used to live in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed in Chicago for 5 years, and you know I've seen a lot of things going on out there with the youngsters or whatever. You know, and the thing about it is, bro, it's like we as black men, I think, bro, to be real with you, I think the older we get, the more mature we get.
Yes,
but us as black men, we should think about how we're losing our young brothers in of ways of thinking about like not what they're so called doing to each other, but block that part of the situation out of our minds to save these youth, man, because nobody's gonna be able to save them if we don't, you know?
Well, let me ask you a question, brother. And I'll say this and I'll stand on it. It starts at home, brother. It starts at home.
Yeah, you're right.
You're
right, man. You're right.
We got too many strong, single, independent women. Don't need no man, and we got too much of that, brother. And it's killing.
That's exactly what it is.
It's killing the family structure. Well, you say, well, Martin, you go
sure
female bashing. No, I ain't female, but we got to tell the truth. Because most of the women.
No, you're not female. I believe you. I believe you because it's like that everywhere.
Most women have physical custody of the children. Now, you do have some men out here that do have custody of their children, but I would say 95, 97% of the women have physical custody of their children.
Exactly. And to speak on that, to piggyback off what you're saying, bro, I was one of those brothers that was raised up by a mom that didn't have a father, but I had father figures through my grandfathers, my uncles, and things of that nature. I mean, that's when family back in the days was like really tight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like nowadays we don't even have that anymore. We don't have the uncle standing up. We don't have the cousin, the nephew that's old enough to show guidance to the family members. We don't even have that no more. And I think that's one reason why our black women are pretending to be strong like that, man, when they really don't have that muscle to bring that forefront to the household. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You get where I'm coming from?
I know where you're coming
Yeah. So
from.
I think that's one of the reasons why everything is going the way it's going. And then basically, like you were saying earlier, I believe a lot of these grown people are becoming scared of their kids, bro. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of them are scared of their kids. Yeah. So I feel like as a black man myself that actually was raised by a single black woman, I like the fact that my mom raised me to have respect for women. That's number one. I like the fact that my mom didn't bash my father. That wasn't, you know, that my daddy
Hold on,
wasn't
brother.
bashed in front of me.
OG, hold on. 520, Erico, you got to turn your volume down. Turn it down. Put your phone on mute until I call on you. Okay? 520, Erico, put your phone on mute until I call on you. Because I hear a lot of stuff in the background. Okay, go ahead,
Yeah, me
OG.
too. I was listening.
Go ahead, OG. Go ahead.
Nah, but what I was trying to say was we can't look at our black women as being wrong because a lot of these black women they don't have a way to turn to somebody when they're going through something with the families that don't have structure. You know what I'm saying? Like especially if you don't have the uncles, the cousins, the grandfathers, anybody to step in like that. So I don't want to sit here and making like we blaming black women and that's their fault. I mean, but
No.
in actually all reality, I'm gonna tell you one thing. My mom did do when I was a youngster. My mama didn't let me bring no guns in her house.
Well,
She didn't let me bring no drugs in her house. So I look at it like this here. If you black women are allowing your sons to bring drugs and guns into your house, that's where the problem is. You understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
See, you got to find a solution for everything. And then, number one, you can't always be bashing your children and then expecting for them to have respect in your household.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way that the world is today, my brother, a lot of these young people are making more money than us average adults. And we all seeing that. That's another reason why the structures in the household are being lost because the mothers are starting to depend on the sons to raise the family. You
Well,
understand what I'm saying?
I understand.
So if we had lesser, go ahead.
I was just saying, you have some single mothers that's doing a great job. I want to commend those moms out there doing a great job. But you,
Exactly.
mom, you don't need a man, but your children need a father. They need a role model. They need an
Yeah, they do.
example. Now you have that right. You're
Exactly.
old enough to make a decision to decide that hey, I don't want to date men anymore, and that's okay. But what
Mm-hmm.
about the children?
Mm-hmm.
Now it
Yeah,
ain't
what
about
about
you
your
no more.
family?
It's not about you no more.
Right.
It's about the family. But hold on,
Exactly.
OG. Let's see what 520 Eric Code got to say. Don't go nowhere, OG. Come on, 520.
All right.
520. Come on, caller.
Hey, I'm here, Martin. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hey, this is Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, how you doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
All right, good, good. You know what?
I just wanted to call in. I actually agree with a lot of things you guys are saying.
Okay.
My thought process is the biggest problem is there's a loss of sense of community. Because if you remember us growing up, we had activities. We always had things to do. The neighbors looked out for one another.
Hold on, Lisa. Oh, this is my childhood friend, Lisa, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Lisa. I'm sorry. Lisa, I'm slow. I'm slow. I'm sorry. I'm
That's okay.
slow.
That's okay.
Go ahead, Lisa. Go ahead. I'm slow. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, you guys are absolutely correct. However, there are a lot of strong women out here,
Yes.
and I can attest to that because I'm one of them. Unfortunately, I was forced to be a single parent. However, my son was raised with respect. He is doing absolutely wonderful, and he was raised in the hood, but I took him outside of the neighborhood. I showed him, gave him other options while he was growing up. You know, and right now he's married, 3 kids, and doing absolutely wonderful.
See, that's wonderful.
He left and went to college, never moved back to Chicago. And I love that. So he is doing exceptionally well.
See, that's a testimony.
Well, I wanna commend you, man, for doing a great job.
Hold it, OG. Let me take over right now. I want to commend. Let me commend the first. Lisa, I want you to share something with us, and I'm asking you. And you know we haven't talked. Was it hard doing it by yourself? Was it hard? What was some of the challenging moments? You know, Yeah, I know it had to be challenging.
A lot of the challenges were that things his father should have been teaching him.
Mhm.
I couldn't do that.
Okay.
So I never said I was the mother and the father. I was his mother,
Okay.
period.
Tell the
So,
truth. And shame
the
the
reason too
devil.
why he's so successful because I had a strong family network. When his father was absent, his uncle stepped in. My college buddy stepped in because he was a college baby. He was born on campus of University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. So he had a strong support system, and that's why we were okay. I made sure of that.
Good job. Good job. Good job. Now,
yes, indeed.
I want to say too, Lisa.
Yeah.
Women, Black women out there that are listening, this is a testimony. This is a testimony.
Absolutely.
A testimony.
Absolutely it is.
She raised a young Black man, and she didn't lose, and raised him in the hood. She said in the hood, and she didn't lose him to the streets.
52nd and Cottage Grove.
Y'all see? All right, you can't get no more hood than that. I know.
Absolutely, you can't.
So people, it could be done.
What I always
ladies.
say also is you do not have to become a product of your environment.
And
period.
That is so true.
So
Go ahead, OG. You go ahead and talk, man.
I knew how as a single parent, and he turned out pretty darn good. I have no complaints about my son at all.
See,
and that's the way my mom. The way my mom raised me the same exact way. I was raised around grandparents. I was raised around uncles,
absolutely,
cousins, everybody. That was the village in our neighborhood. And you said something earlier too, as far as like people in your community. Back in those days, people in the community were able to discipline me once I stepped out of line as a young man.
Absolutely.
They had brothers around here that told me if I didn't go to school, they were going to put a belt to my butt. And you know what I did? I went to school even if I didn't want to. You know?
Right.
So that's what we're lacking at in the community of today, because the social media just I'm telling you from my point of view, I think social media is raising these children. That's how I feel. If there wasn't no such thing as social media, if they wasn't attacking the internet like they're attacking the internet, if it wasn't no Facebook and Instagram around, we would probably still have that same type of net in the neighborhood.
OG.
You understand what I'm saying?
OG, whose fault is that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whose fault is that if the internet and social media raising children? Whose fault? It's the parents. It's not. You can't blame that on no government or the white man. You can't blame them.
They stop raising their children. The streets are raising them. That's the issue. The streets are raising them.
Right.
You're right. Yeah.
So you can't blame it. You know.
And then there's no longer sense of community, like I said before. None whatsoever.
That is correct. I want to say this too. I see a lot. I got a phone call today, and the lady was like, "Oh, Martin, I haven't seen my little cousin in 10 years. And I went to his Facebook pages and I seen guns and drugs and all that. And I just didn't, it was just so much. He had just got killed, she was saying. And, but she didn't know, you know, a lot of times parents, she wasn't a parent, that was her nephew. We have to be careful what we say our children aren't doing and what they are doing. We have to be real careful out there because, Lisa, you know, we all know how to behave around our parents. You know, we know when we listen. Your parents like, you having sex? Nope. You lying. You having sex? Nope, I'm not. You know, just lying. And we lie with a straight face. If I may throw that in there.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, parents, we have to really dig into our children, get in tune with them. And I'm quite sure I can admit this, Lisa can admit this. It's so much that we could have done more for our child, even though they turned out great, but we could have done a little bit more. It's always a little room for some improvement.
Right.
Always improvement.
Absolutely, I agree.
Right.
I definitely agree with that.
And I say that to
a lot
myself.
of these parents, unfortunately, they stop raising their kids and they're trying to be their friend.
Right.
That's where they're going wrong also.
Yeah, you're right about that.
You shouldn't be trying to be their friend. You should be their parent and raising them and making sure they're doing right.
Exactly.
Then Lisa, I don't have to worry about my son killing your son and your son killing my son when we do a good job.
Absolutely.
I still say, Lisa, this is me personally. The young lady was on here the other day. She said, there's no racial pride. We don't have it. I don't hear people saying that they're proud to be an African American or black or whatever you call yourselves, melanated. I don't hear people saying that. It's just always, all I hear is complaints. We this, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing this, we ain't doing this. But Lisa, I know some people that's doing great, financially, spiritually. I mean, doing well, doing well. So I always tell people, don't be moved by what you see on social media in the mainstream media of Black people. That does not represent every last one of us. There's some intelligent people.
It does not.
There's some intelligent people out here that's Black, that look like you and me, that we homeowners, property owners, we love each other. We have no property.
Absolutely.
You know, we decent citizens. You don't have to worry about us robbing, stealing, taking nothing from you. You know,
absolutely.
So for those of you that feel ashamed of being Black, shame on you. You need to step your game up. You need to surround yourself around people that's doing things, want things, and going places. Now, if you just stand on Cottage Grove and don't go nowhere, that's your fault. That's your fault.
Right, that's your fault. There's a whole world out there. Let me tell you, Martin, I've been summer everywhere. I'm on my second passport. I moved from Chicago. I left Chicago 13 years ago, went to Champaign. Then I moved to Springfield, Illinois for work. And now I'm in Arizona, about to retire in the next 5 years. I'm good.
See?
Wow.
See, people.
I am good.
You coming to
surround yourself with good people. When you know better, you do better. That's all.
That's all it takes.
Right.
You would think it's a whole nother world. Right. Listen, I tell people, when you get on social media, I'm talking to the young people now, and you decide that you want to taunt people, you want to murder and shoot people and pose guns up and all that. Listen, everybody's not afraid of you. And I always tell little young shooters, once you are known to be a shooter, you can never put your gun down. You could never do it. They would not let you live it down. You would have to almost relocate.
That's true.
Change your name on social media and start life all over again because of your reputation. And a lot of you young men, you're leaving by force, not by choice. But if you take that mentality here from Chicago, that's shooting, gang banging, and doing all that type of stuff, anywhere else, they're not going to play with you. You're going to be locked up, especially when in red states. Arizona ain't going to play that. I already know that Arizona ain't going to play it.
No, they don't play at all.
I got a buddy right down there right now.
Lord Jesus.
Right.
Yeah.
So
it's a different breed here in Arizona. Trust it, believe me.
The stuff that you get away from here in the city of Chicago, pull that down there in one of the red states and see what happened. You'll be
no, you know better before you get here.
Yeah.
Well, you should.
Go ahead, OG. Talk to these young people out here. I know somebody.
I have to share. I just wanted to call.
Thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
All right. Guys, take care.
All right.
You too, man. I was just gonna say, bro, listen, I used to be a part of gang banging. I used to drug deal and all that, pack guns and all that. But man, I'm gonna tell you something. Once you start losing people around you, that really becomes your support system. I'm talking to all you young dudes out there. Once you start losing your mama and you're losing the people that you love around you, bro, that's when it really starts to hit home. And once you start living like that, it, like he said to y'all, it's no turning back from that. There's no turning back from that, bro, because I got shot trying to be in the streets and be in the gang or whatever. Man, I didn't praise that like it was a trophy. I looked at that like, well, God giving me a whooping because I'm doing something I ain't supposed to be doing. So my message to all you young brothers out there, man, put them guns down, bro, because at the end of the day, it's not going to solve anything. And then, too, y'all killing off y'all soldiers when we're really at war with other races. Think about that. And I'm going to leave you with that, bro, because that's coming from the heart. I had to wake up. I did time in jail and the feds and everything, bro. All that sitting and watching people eat in front of you and watching people starve in front of you and watching people stab each other, bro. That's not the type of life that you want to live at 15, 16, 17 years old. And some of y'all are going and doing life sentences at 14 now because they changed the law. So my thing to y'all is wake up, smell the coffee, and be a better person each day that you live. put the guns down and let's live out here, bro. And that's
Mhm.
all I got to say, man.
Man, they need to listen. They need some love in their hearts, brother. Because I notice with some of us, brother, here in the city of Chicago. I don't know how it is where you at. If you stay at a brother too long, he
Yeah,
ready to fight. What's wrong? You know, you might
yeah,
remind me like me. I'm on social media and people always see me, man, where I know you're from. And I always just say live uncut on that, on the internet. They're like, yeah, that's right. That's where I know you're from.
yeah,
I could take offense. I'd be like, man, why you
yeah.
staring at me, man? Is that a problem?
Right,
I could be, I can
right.
have that attitude, but I don't have that attitude, bro. Don't you know how
Exactly,
many
man.
people that I encounter that probably want to cuss me out, tell me about myself, by me greeting them, recognizing them.
Yeah,
You know what? This brother ain't that bad at all. He a good brother. He really trying to support the community.
Has joined.
Right. We
exactly,
got a couple on, hold
exactly.
on, OG. We got a couple more callers. 9031. 9031. Go ahead, caller.
Hi, Martin.
Hey,
This is
Renee.
Renee Jackson calling. Good evening.
Hey, good. Good.
I'm calling because I wanted to mention something, and that is what some of your, what some of your guests have been saying on tonight's call.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, it starts in the home, as we have said repeatedly.
Yes.
I think, in my opinion, when the parents
Has
stop
joined.
being the child's friend,
Yes.
and they stop being concerned with them, the parents going out to twerk, getting those bad eyelashes and their weaves done. That is not a priority. Their child or their children should be a priority. There are family
Exactly.
members who take care of their children by working 2 and 3 jobs. Now, I know this is not the days when we all grew up when we felt secure enough where our parents loved for the day. And then if they worked 2 jobs, we knew that we were safe. However, if
Mhm.
the mother makes sure or the parents make sure that their child is in a safe environment, there shouldn't be an issue. Another thing
Mhm.
that I'm concerned with is that, we keep saying we're praying for these children who are being shot and
Mhm.
killed, just like the young man the other day. I think it was yesterday, correct, Martin?
Mm-hmm.
15 years old.
Yeah. 15 years
Okay,
old.
so everyone's praying for him. And while, yes, I sympathize with his family members and friends, there are other sites that have been showing photos of him with marijuana, smoking it at 15 years old. So you really have to question, was this child really just an innocent bystander? And
Yeah.
pretty much the answer is primarily no. Balloon releases don't do it anymore. That means absolutely nothing. People going to North Riverside or other malls and getting, spray painted shirts and cardboard cutouts and doing all these other things. That means absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
When
Yeah.
the parents need to take control of their own household, and it really is up to them. And if people start to notice these photos that they show of children, what they're showing is they're showing photos of them standing outside drinking or
Mm-hmm.
smoking, and not all, just some. And if you notice, if they're in the house, they're only showing a door. They
Has
don't have any
joined.
furniture.
Mm-hmm.
And so that in itself is sad, because if they're buying brand name items, they should be able to buy furniture for them to be able to sit on. And one thing that I am
Mhm.
adamant about when I go out to dinner with my nieces and nephews, and that is when we sit down, all phones are off. We're focused
Beautiful.
on talking to each other.
Beautiful.
What did you do today? What did you learn in school today? What did you see today? What is it that you read in the newspaper or you heard about on the news that you want to discuss? That's when we have to start to make those changes too. And being on the phone when we take our family members out, even if it's just a Popeye's chicken, even if it's just a Chuck E. Cheese, even if it's the Pizza Hut or Italian Fiesta, it doesn't matter. Put the phone down and be focused on the people that you are with.
Mm.
And I think that is key.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
That's
right.
deep, Renee. That's deep,
Yeah, it really is.
because I remember I was at one of my daughter's baby shower, and my baby daughter, we was in the same auditorium room, the little room. She texted me. I'm trying to figure out, she's texting me. But that goes to show you this new generation, instead of talking, they prefer to text.
Right.
And I tell my little
Right.
daughter,
Mhm.
put that phone up, put it down, pay attention to me,
Yep.
put it down.
Now, I understand there are many of us, and I'm sure there's some people on your platform, like myself, when we're on team calls for work, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say to my boss, okay, let's text each other if we hear something or we see something that's off on the team calls, right? That's totally different, right? Because we're in two different environments. But if I were to go out to dinner with him or to lunch with him, my primary focus is on the conversation at hand. It is not on what's on the news, what was the latest fashion, what was the latest song that's out. That means nothing. I want to learn about the person, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear what the person has to say. I want to hear that somebody said, you know what? I just went to X, Y, and Z. Oh, yeah, how was it? Like the young lady said, she was on her third passport, right? I would love to be able to talk to people about my trip to Greece. I would love to be able to talk to people about my trip to Paris. I would love to be able to talk to people about my trip to Quito and all these other places that I've been to. And it can be done by the community. The community has got to be the ones that make the change. But it primarily starts in the home. And you are right. When we were growing up, if an adult opened their mouth, it didn't matter if they looked like they were about to sneeze. Everybody flew out the room. And now you have kids today trying to address adult conversations when they need to be in their place. And that place is the place of a child.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with you
I
100%.
Thank you so much for your platform.
No, thank you. Thank you, Renee. Beautiful. I agree with her so much. So, and you know what I found out, Renee? I know you're still listening. What I found out, a lot of us that's grown now in the 30s, I'll just say 30 on up, we despise the way our parents taught us. Everything that our parents did to us, we do the opposite. See, I'm the type of parent, my child, when they get out of pocket, I ain't had to put a belt on them all the time. I say, you know what? You on punishment. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to clothe you, but I'm going to give you the bare minimum of everything. And you're going to go to bed when I say. And if you're not asleep, you better have your head laid down on that pillow when I come in that room. See, these are things you got to
And see, Art,
go ahead.
Your children are lucky because let me tell you what my dad did to me. He used to beat me.
Wow.
And when I say beat me, he would take a leather belt because I was the rebellious child. I wanted to join a gang. And I remember when I came to him and my mom, and I said, hey, I want to become a Latin queen. And I remember he looked at me and he said, well, baby, we have two problems. The first one is you're not Latin. The second problem is that I will kill you before I allow you to join a gang. So I still hung around, right? The Latin Eagles and the Latin Queens. And he used to tell me all the time, walking from work, he used to take side streets, to see if I was still hanging around with them. He said, Renee, I'm telling you, stop hanging around them. Stop hanging around them. The next day he caught me hanging around them. You know what he did? He took off that leather belt when leather belts were made with real leather and beat me in front of them. And you know what, Malcolm? I'm alive today because I know he saved me from either a path of jail or a path of drugs. And I'm so grateful for that. I don't have I know he saved my life. I'm glad he put me on punishment. I'm glad he gave me the belt when I needed it. He never beat me so that I needed to go to the hospital, but he gave me the discipline that I needed. And I was not his friend. And that's exactly what he would tell us. I'm not your friend. I am the parent. And you are the child. You need to stay in your place. And a lot of parents these days don't say that. I'm not your friend. I am the
All right. I need everybody to put their phone on mute until I call on you. You next 9433. But everybody put your phone on mute.
Malcolm.
Martin.
Thank you so much, Martin. Have a great evening.
All right. Thank you.
Martin.
All right, no problem.
Bye-bye.
9433. Go ahead. 94.
Hey, Martin, how you doing?
Good.
I just wanted to say we got some of these older guys out here giving these young kids guns.
Exactly. I agree with you on that.
So they have to they giving our young kids guns, so they won't do the same.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
Right.
I
So
agree.
I wanted to say that. And no, you cannot be your kid's friend. You have to be a parent. Being a parent don't come with no manual, and it don't come with instructions.
Right. Well, you're
So
right.
you do have to, go under your kid's bed, check your kid's phone. But what really mess our kids up is these phones. That's what messed our kids up.
Hmm.
Because when I was growing up, we ain't had no social media. We ain't had no Facebook. We had pagers, we had pagers, and we had phones on the street. You don't need, so they really don't know nothing about that. They really don't know nothing about playing tag, duck, goose, none of that. Because the older men are giving our kids guns, and they need to stop.
I agree with you. I agree with you. 5839. Last four digits. 5839. Go ahead, caller. What's your comments and
Hey,
concern?
how you doing, Mark?
All right.
Hey, how you doing, Mark?
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to call in and give them the knowledge to the young brothers out here, and let them know that it's not always about um, gang banging and selling drugs, because you don't have to be a dope boy to hell money. Um, Me myself, I'll be 36 this year. I started a program. It's in Chicago. It's called IMAN. I don't know if anybody heard of it, but this might be some good advice for some young brothers that may want to turn their life around. It's a program I started. It's called IMAN. They help you get your high school diploma. Um, and while you getting your high school diploma, they offer programs in HVAC. You can get your HVAC certificate. You can get your construction flagger certificate. Um, and there's a lot of more certificates you could get. They also provide housing. So if you're single, you need help with housing, it's free. They provide meals. They take trips. Like this this year we going to Atlanta. So I mean they do different things, man, to help you become a better man. Um, and also they pay. So you get paid for going to get a certificate in something that's gonna benefit you in the future. So it's a good program, man, and I just wanted to put that out there for anybody that may be listening. Young brothers, you could make a change in your life. And like I said, I'll be 36, and I'm not ashamed to say that I just received my high school diploma through this program at the age of 36. And I'm from Chicago, born and raised. I was in the streets, wild, and I just decided to, change my life and do better. And I wanted better. So I decided to look into this program, and it was a good fit for me. And I can actually say it changed my life. Like I said, I dropped out of school. I was wild in the streets, running wild, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. And I believe that you got to want to change for yourself. With the right guidance, um, brothers that's trying to lead you in the right direction, it can happen. Like I say, I got my high school diploma, and while you in the program, you learning whatever trade you decide to want to take up, you learn in that trade. So once you receive your high school diploma, they have recruiters there that's scouting and ready to bring you on to the job, to their company. So whether it's construction or HVAC or whatever career you might decide to take up on, there's recruiters there. So once you receive your certificate, you don't have to go out here and look for no job and try to find no job. They there and bringing you into their job. So, like I say, I got my high school diploma with them. I landed a job with them. I received my HVAC certificate, and I'm now working with Four Seasons Heating and Cooling Company, making good money. So, I mean, I was in the streets, you know. So, and now I'm on the right path in life and doing the right things, and it's choices that you got to make to want to do better. It's not all about gang banging and selling drugs and trying to be popular and have the clout and all of that. Like, you could get money, man, without being in the streets. Like, and people judge brothers about working and, oh, you work a 9 to 5, you a lame, and you ain't. No, it ain't about that. So I just wanted to put that out there that this program that I was in, it put me in a better position. It's in Chicago on the south side, right on the corner on 6030 California. So I just wanted to put that out there and let brothers know that, hey, if I could do it, you could do it, because I was out here in the streets and I did it all, gang banging, selling drugs, and, you know, but now, hey, I landed a good job, got my high school diploma through this program, and I'm doing good, got a good job. So I just wanted to put that out there for anybody that's listening. It's a good program. If you look to change your life and get out the streets, they do help you, and they provide all type of benefits and help to you. So
Okay.
that's just something that I want to put out there for anybody that may be listening. The program is called ILEN. It's in Chicago on the south side, 6030 California.
All right.
That's all I wanted to put out there, though.
I appreciate you, brother, for putting that out there. Information is powerful. They said what you don't know can't hurt you. I said what you don't know can kill you. That's what I said. So
Right.
great information, brother. Thank you for the testimony, for being on the street. You made a transformation. I know it wasn't easy, and that's good. And we need more brothers such as yourself. We don't need cardboard boxes cut out. People, I seen 2 today.
Right.
When I rolled past some people, they had 2 of them. I said, there's 2 people dead. I said, Lord, have mercy. People, listen, let me just say something. Why come here on Mother Earth? You're here and you're dying over some he said and she said stuff on the internet. You're dying over some stuff because you calling each other ops. Who got the biggest gun? Who gonna do? Come on, young people, listen. You're not gonna be able to go nowhere. You ain't gonna keep out. Listen, pretty soon they're gonna ban them face masks and they're gonna ban them hoodies over your head going in some of these stores. They're not gonna play it. Listen, because you have a hoodie on your head, that don't mean nobody can't recognize you now, or a face mask. You got voices. You got your walk, your body stature. People know. And I'm going to tell y'all people, young people, I love y'all to death, but some of y'all are demonic. You don't have no soul. Your heart is dark. You have no feelings. You have no fear of God. You have nothing. And it's all not your fault. It's the upbringing. And a lot of young people are so emotional. They cannot and will not and refuse to talk something out, to work it out. But instead, you rather go grab a gun, which you know is illegal because it's not in your name, and shoot somebody over some words. That's crazy. People, this is real, and I bring real conversation. I brought so many videos that was live, wasn't stage, showing you guys. We got another caller. Showing you guys what's real out here. Showing you guys, telling you what's real, warning you, pleading with you. Pleading with you. Again, everybody's not going to watch Martin G. Johnson videos, whatever, but you can take what was said in the videos, take it to your loved ones, your family members, your friends. Say, hey, no sitting in cars today. None.
That's good.
All right, we got
Has joined.
Dr. Sanders. We'll let her talk. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders.
Hey, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Martin, you said something just a few minutes ago. I was just listening in to everyone. A couple of days ago, at my job, there were young people that were hired to work at the hospital. And we had an event for heart and stroke, getting donations. And it may sound kind of crazy, but it's the point that I'm trying to make. I sat down to eat the free food that was given away, and it was free for all the employees. And it was two young people. Had to be maybe at the most 21 or 22. But the behavior really got me because you make good money at over here at the hospital. But one of the nurses has set their stuff down. And Martin, I just want you to hear what I'm saying.
I'm listening.
The young man stole her stuff. He thought it was funny. He said, don't say nothing. I said, hold it. I said, why will you take her stuff? Oh, she don't need it. Well, who are you to say that? You got a good job at the hospital, and you would steal openly and whatnot. And I said, if I was HR, I would fire your ass. It's the respect of people. You get these good jobs, and you don't want to keep them because you bring nastiness there to any job. It is not at the hospital. It's where you work at. When they hire you to train you to represent what you were hired for, the position. Good job. But you don't want to keep it. You don't know how to treat people, period. You don't steal somebody's stuff, their food, or like that. I mean, food is a big deal, but it's not, But I'm just saying, when you get these jobs, young people, stop coming to these companies and acting like you have no training. Martin, when I got to telling the young man, I said, I'm going to go. I told myself, I'm going because you steal my stuff, I'm going to crack you across here with this tape. I'm serious. Why would you do that? Young man on the bus, on the job bus, talking out of turn. Yeah, man, the streets, they miss me. The streets miss me. What the F they talking all the time. I'm glad I got my MF. That you talking so nasty. And you subject people to listening to your profanity. Nobody wants to sit up and hear you cuss all day. Do you even know what the word profanity means? Do you even know what cussing means? But when you get a good job, and the young man was talking about helping them get a good job, when you get these jobs, get somewhere and sit down and learn how to hold on to your job. Even if you want to start your own business, you can use your job as a main benefactor to fund what you're trying to do. But you cuss too much, stealing from somebody, and you want to know why these other folk don't want you in their company. Know how to be professional. Learn how to be professional. You learn this coming up in grammar school, high school, grade school, or GED or college. But it bothered me, Martin, a couple of days ago. I said, why would you want? And he was just laughing. I said, so that's funny. And Martin, you said they're so mean and evil. No respect. None.
Evil.
None. And Martin, you know, growing up, a lot of young folk were so worried trying to hear them grow up so they can cuss. Growing up to cuss does not make you an adult. It makes you ignorant. Lack of a better term, the late Malcolm X said that. Anytime you have to use it, you don't know no other words to replace what you're trying to say. And this is where it's at. And I admire the young man, the man that was saying, if they need to get this stuff, but learn how the businesses are. Learn the skill that you are choosing to be a part of in order to make your living. So you can be successful. So you can be. But Martin, my ears hurt so bad. I said, I don't believe what I'm hearing. You get a good job and you want to talk like you a thug from the street. It's sad. But Martin, you said it. And every time that the opportunity is there, but are you prepared to really do a job? The only thing you're supposed to do is learn whatever company you work for. I don't care if it's McDonald's, I don't care if it's Dollar Tree, but whatever. Learn the business. You don't want to be a part of a company, then don't apply. If you want to learn how to start your own business, go to the SBA.gov and learn how to start your own business and know what type of business you want to do. Martin is an entrepreneur in more ways than one. And you can learn some things. But when these jobs hire you, when they hire you at the hospitals or the state jobs, because some of the state jobs have, entry-level positions, don't get so caught up that you don't want to learn what to do. You're there to make a living so you can be able to support yourself. Get out of your parents' house. Learn how to get your own place. Get your own car. Learn how to do these things. All of my children have their own. Martin, you know that. All of them got their own place. They got their own place, got their own car, got their own families. So learn how to work a job so you would know how to act, because that follows you. And when you start working, especially in your late teenage years, you're sowing into Social Security. So by the time you get Martin's age or my age, you'll know how much money you're going to have to be able to help you outside of your 401. Learn some stuff. That's how you do. You learn. But don't go bringing ignorance to a place that has to provide service to people, whether they're patients or customers. Don't steal. What you stealing for? And the crazy part, Martin, the food was free. But you stole somebody else's stuff because you greedy. That was, they shooting outside now. It make no sense.
Wow. Well, I want to say,
they got to get together, Martin.
Yeah. Since you was talking about that on these jobs too, young man, you cannot be talking under your female coworker's dress. Leave all sexual conversations. Cease all sexual conversations. Leave them alone. It's best you not date no one on the job, because if she get mad and go to HR and say she's being harassed, then listen. Most of the time you're going to be fired, because the company cannot afford to get a lawsuit. So they eliminate that right away. So it's best those little conversations, sneaky conversations, stuff like that, sending emails and text messages, and don't do it. Don't do it, Jen, because a lot of men don't know. That's sexual harassment. And
Martin, also that will be put on their record.
Yeah.
They'll be put on their record too. I know that. I have my master's in HR. What happens is, what they fail to realize is that there's a rule to HR that makes sense, but to the employees, it don't make sense. First of all, when you all hook up with people on the job, just like they do with CTA, like they do at the post office, like you do at the county, everybody wants to screw each other. Everybody got a whole soap opera going on. Oh yeah, I got with him, I got with her. And y'all brag about it. And Martin, I was listening to someone earlier saying about bragging on social media, like that's something to be popular. When HR It's hard for you to get a reference from your other job because if you have a sexual misconduct behavior from the previous job and you think you're going to use that job to be able to get another job, they do actually send in forms. They send forms to those companies to see how your attendance was. Was there any type of, were you stealing? Were you doing anything that was not good on the job? They have that, and they definitely would. That's what, see, people think, well, I'm going to call my ex-boss on the phone and see if they can write me a false referral. No, they can't. Because it gets back to the company. When you do that, it's on your record. And it makes them speculatory of wanting to hire you. You don't go on a job to go host roll.
That's true.
I'm serious. You know, you don't do that. And the crazy part, you got some folks that would turn around and get married and work together on a job and still got problems going on. But you don't do that. HR is it's the nucleus of the whole company, of the corporation. Everything comes through HR. It don't come through management. It don't come through finance. It comes through HR. HR is the mother nucleus of any company. And when they hire you based on your character, your integrity, your skill, your knowledge. But when they say referral, case in point, when Cook County courts wanted to hire me, I did not know that they called my references because someone said the county called. I said, for what? I ain't got no record. Come to find out, they was investigating everything about me, my schooling, my education, because they wanted to bring me on at the courthouse. And that's the truth. That's straight up. They investigate who they're going to hire. When you applying for a state job, a city job, a county job, a federal job, they investigate. The post office will pull your whole information from the time you started school until you right now. They pull everything. That's why they ask you background check. They want to know, what is your criminal background? They don't want to hire nobody that's going to turn their company upside down. And Martin, you're right. But I wanted to put people out there because a lot of folks, Martin, don't know this. You try to get a reference, and from another company you work for, and you had a sexual misconduct or harassment, that's on your record at that company. Boom.
All right. Somebody said, that's sad. HR are snakes and work for the company known for covering up management. Let me explain that to you guys. Do you think that if somebody represents the company, they're definitely going to cover up the company? They're going to speak out for the company. They're going to talk in favor for the company because they don't want the company to go under or get sued. Now, is that right? I probably would say no, but they're going to cover up. They're not going to listen. When people run the HR, I just got to say it. You run the HR, you think HR is on your side. Listen, HR is going to benefit the company, and they're not going to volunteer any information that's going to get them sued. It's just not going to happen. Dr. Sanders probably can go more in detail than me, but you're not going to just give you no information so you can sue them, just hand it out on a plate. They're not going to do that. Go ahead, Dr. Sanders. We're going to close with this. Won't. Go ahead. I know you know more about it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the same thing. It's just, they have to understand that when they hire you, they train you to represent that company. But HR has now, in the last, I would say, maybe the last 8 years, have upscaled with employee assistance programs to keep people from getting fired. But what I have seen come through HR, Martin, is that a lot of people abuse that. They abuse it. Take off, call off, take off, call off, take off, call off, and whatnot. They run, when University of Chicago laid off 200 people plus, and guess what a lot of them got laid off from? 10% got laid off because they obsoleted their positions. The rest of them, the other 90%, got released because of their record attendance. Call off.
I think I heard about that. I read something about that.
It was on the news. And they're not done. So this is the thing about it. HR, you have to go through HR. Now they have what they call talent, outsourcing now. They have outsourcing where they be able to get recruiters. So everything they have now, they have recruiters. Recruiters see what you got. If they think that you're a fit for that company, they'll send it through HR to the manager. That's the flow. If the manager want to get an interview with you, that's how they do it. Then if if they choose 10 and they narrow it down to 5, then it becomes 2 and then 1. And if they like you, then they put you through the process of onboarding. That's what they call it, onboarding. But when you come in there, you got to do what you're supposed to do. Because they can block you, and you get in that company, any company, whether it's a hospital or medical, banking, they can blackball you in too if you don't follow the rules. That's why a lot of places have unions, because unions fight for the employees. But also the unions have to be particular about how they deal with the company. But they look at your record. That's how they look at it. So, it's up there. Yeah. I wish everyone well.
All right. That completes the show. It's now 12:09. I thank you guys for tuning in. It was a great show. It wasn't long today, but it was very informative. And we had a couple of testimonies and appreciate it. Again, thank you, Dr. Sanders, and all my wonderful panel that they're not on here anymore. Everybody's gone. So it was a great show today. So guys, we need you to share this show. Hopefully some young person will be inspired from what he or she heard from this show today. So I thank you guys. You already know what it is. Good night.
You already know what it is.
What is it?
Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being